Alright guys, you see this right here? This right here is called a cross pinion shaft. And that's what was backwards in the CAS LSD. And they sent it to me with it in backwards. Never told me it was in backwards. Didn't tell me that until I got a hold of them. That's why we were shaving the axle down. Because this side was on the wrong side, I guess you'd want to say. See if I can get you another picture. Alright, now this is the way that it should be facing upwards. Because it was backwards, I guess. It's upside down, so to speak, or backwards. This is the way it should have been. Why they put it the other way, I have no idea. I guess maybe for the Evo. But ours has to be like this, so you actually have to tear the diff apart and swap this around because they don't already have it preset for you from CAS. So that was the issue with the not locking in. Now, the reason why I'm sending it back is because of the splines. I could easily fix this at my own house, but the splines are messed up. It's too much movement this way, you know. It was rocking about this much. It shouldn't even rock but like that, but it was going like this. You'd snap the axle clear off on it, so I had to send it back. So let's hope that they give us something that's worthwhile when we get it back. Alright guys, we're on the RD today, but this thing's like, look at that, nasty as shit. This cap's really loose on it. So I went over to the parts car and grabbed that. I got to still pull this one off. And I'll show you the one here on the parts car that we're going to put on it. We took the slave cylinder off. I thought I had another one, which I did have a couple of them from sitting around with some brake fluid on them. They all rusted to shit, so we'll have to use the original one. But that's fine. We'll just, we cleaned it all out. And someone already did the spring mod to it, because there's no spring in here, so that's a good thing. I want to loosen this, which is your 11 millimeter, but no use in taking it off now. I'll probably drain some fluid through it after I put the new one on here. Okay, a little cleaner. You can actually see it a little bit better because it's over this way instead of over this way. I don't know why they did them like that those years, but tried to get all that 17, 18 years of dirt off of it, but pretty hard to do. I'm just going to pull that out of there, right down bottom, pair of pliers, pull it up out, two 10 millimeters right here, and that's out of there. I'm going to start bleeding this thing. Nothing interesting. Yeah, finally got that damn thing out. Forgot all about having to take these screws out. You really should take that one out too. Well, not screws, 10 millimeter bolts to get that harness out a little bit farther so it's a little easier. Just a reminder if you ever have to take one of these out, or even take your that's always a bitch to get that thing out. It's impossible to film, but to get your you got to basically use a crow's foot back here to get 11 millimeter crow's foot to get that out of there. Can't even think of the name of it right now. Master cylinder. Oh shit. Couldn't think on your master cylinder. They're a pain. It is what it is. Get this nasty bastard out of here and put this new / used one in. I could have used this one, but I just figured I'd clean it. Clean this one. Usually, you should change this brake fluid and these clutches probably about every 3,000 to 6,000 miles. All depends on how hard you drive them. Usually just bleed it out. You can bleed it out before it gets like this, but that's what it looks like when it really breaks down. Brakes need to be done next, but I don't think I'm going to do it today because they're calling for a bunch of snow, which is crazy because today's like 60. Snow Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday, I believe, and tonight as well. Bullshit. Alright guys, what we're going to do is Put some hood pins on here today. We drilled our holes. Gonna put it in the middle. These were where your bump stops go up front, but you still have this one here. It's gonna touch before this one. And this core support's a little fuckered up. So when I finally go to put a new one in this one, if I ever do, I'm not sure if I will or not. All depends. Money and time. But what I do is put a little grease there and there, and then should be able to show you. It should be right there, but should show you where it comes from then. I mean where it's gonna line up at. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But let's go over here and we'll. That right there is gonna have to go up a little higher yet, because that's how much the hood is not. But we got a little different than I thought they would be. One there and one there. That's gonna be kind of a challenge to drill with this here. I'm going to try to put this one up a little bit more, which it's pretty close to being a good ways up. And it's a little angled here now. I just noticed that because of this being twisted a little. Just noticed that, so would be nice if I could bend that up a little, but it is what it is. We'll see where it's at now. At least they're hitting at the same time now. That was my goal anyway. Alright, same spot, so all we're going to do is drill through that, and then we'll show you once we're through the hood. Now we got a hole through there and a hole through there. Now we just got to make them the right size. Yeah, it looks much better, I think, with the hood pins. Plus the hood didn't latch there because of the core support. So now it actually latches. Now I can actually get on the interstate without having to worry about it. I only had a bungee cord on it before. But yeah, hood needs to go back up a little bit this way, but I did drill the holes a little bit to where I could take that hood and come up on this side just a little bit, because it's sitting down a little bit low on here. But that could be from the core support, because it's more bent over here from the deer when I hit it. So, but it's a lot more lined up than what it was in the front. I think so anyway. Looks much better in my opinion. But yeah, I think I might throw the front stretch on it. I wanted to put the coils over on the tiburon today, but I got a lot to do and it's supposed to snow tomorrow, so I'm not trying to. It's a beautiful day and I like to get all this stuff done, but I gotta get a bunch of other stuff, dog food and pay bills and everything else outside of town, and I gotta get my tags for my turbo tib paid. Yeah, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to put their struts on. They don't take too long to do. Might as well do that real quick. Alright, as you guys can see, hopefully it's not stripped, and I don't think it is. It's just in there crooked. We got this jacked up, the transmission, and we need to line this back up and put these in there. I got these off the parts car because this one didn't have it, and I need to get in here and start sanding these towers. It's just surface rust, but I need to get in there and start sanding them. Should have really kept this for another day, I guess, but we'll be doing the same thing to the turbo tip, tearing things out and sanding in through all these arches and everything this year when everything's running right. I'd rather get everything perfect and then tear it apart and do some body work than tear it apart and then still have a bunch of work to do, you know what I mean? So let's try to get this straightened up and make it look better and no missing bolt. Oh, also, I didn't show you guys, but we adjusted the clutch pedal Because the clutch pedal is barely any. There's a little bit, but there was like a shitload before. So, and it's pretty equal with this pedal. It could probably have went down. I could probably adjust it down a little bit more, and I probably will do that. I just want to see what it's like tonight when I drive it. But I wanted to put these new struts on here. Well, new to this car. They probably got maybe 4,000 miles on them. But, alright guys. Alright, we got our low mileage shock off the turbo tib in here. And then we got that bolt in there and our block offs. So, I gotta remember what the hell went here to here. I don't think it was anything. I think it's probably something on these RDs, or someone had a modification done to this before I had it. I'm pretty sure it's always been a stock car. But I want to get the other side done. Okay, there's something I didn't notice before, and we have an oil pan gasket leak here. So, I'd like to do the timing on this thing soon. If you guys look back here on the transmission, see all that shit? This is going to need a axle output shaft seal to the transmission for the axle. And what we'll do is we'll get one of them, and I'll show you guys how to put one in when it's in the car. And I'll also show you when I get my other transmission back. Well, not other transmission back, my other differential back. We will show you how to install them there too. But I'll show you how you do them inside the car. It's the same way, but there's a certain angle you should get into to get them. But there we go. Newer strut on the front. Still got to put the coils on the back of the turbo tib, but just trying to get some maintenance done because it's supposed to snow for 2 days. So I wanted to spend my time on the turbo car, but you got to put maintenance on your daily. So got to get the Honda running again. But, all right, guys. I think that's all I'm going to do today. So later.